To our 61B final project, Fun Dungeon Game, the game. We're going to go ahead and create a new game, enter a seed, and enter a name. I'll just put my name, I guess. Alright. Now when we enter into the world, the first thing we notice is the heads-up display. At the top left, you can see your health, the orbs left, weapon, hat, gems. On the right side, the controls, and in the middle, just a randomly generated name for this level. The objective of the game is to get 10 gems, as you can see in the top left, and every level, an orb will either drop a gem or some sort of item that will enhance or change your character, or whatever. And you have 5 hearts, so if you run into an orb, or if it attacks you, you'll lose health, and if you lose all your hearts, you lose the game. Alright, so let's get into how to actually play the game. As the controls say, you can use WASD to move, and E to attack. So if I press E right now, it won't do anything. It'll just say, oh, the sword is, it glints or whatever. We can also use the mouse hover, so if we mouse over the character, it gives us some information. If we mouse over maybe the mountains, or the water, or the trees, there's just some fun information. It doesn't really give us anything helpful, but, just for fun. But if we mouse over this thing right here, it says the lantern needs a light. Press L when close. So if we press L, what happens is now you can do this for all the lanterns, and it lights up the room you're in. So now getting into how to actually win the game, you have 2 methods of finding these orbs. They're hidden around the map. You can either use your mouse to hover and see if the floor will give you any hints as to where they are. For example, right here, it says, in the darkness you hear a spooky sound. Another method is to turn on lights to figure out where orbs may or may not be. So if you notice, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 red dots, but there's only 2 orbs, meaning 2 of these are fake, and it's our job to figure out which ones are fake. So if we go here and press L, it doesn't look like anything happened. Okay, so that one wasn't an orb. If we go to this side, and we press L, it looks like now we can see, okay, great, this one is an orb. So we light up the room and we attack it. So we press E, and it drops a gem for us. Great. We pick it up. Now you see we have 1 gem, we have 1 orb left, and then we can advance to the next level. Great, so there's an orb. We attack it. But instead of dropping a gem, this one drops this interesting looking staff. So when we walk over it, we pick up the staff, and we see, oh look, now our character has changed. Not only that, but now when we press E to attack, it surrounds us with this neat looking energy or whatever. Another thing to note is this scales with the amount of gems you have, and the nice thing is, since your objective is to collect gems, you're pretty much going to get more powerful as you collect more gems. And on this side, if we hover over the door, it says it's open to reveal the dark passageway for us to go through. We spawn into this new world. We're kind of going to do the same thing. I will try to go through it as fast as possible, but the idea is, you see we have 2 red dots here, and when we turn on the light, this one disappeared, so that one was a fake orb, but this one's real, so we want to go ahead and attack it, and we get another gem. And so we see another red dot here. We want to be careful, turn on the light. Okay, that's an orb, so we attack it again, and we get another gem. Fantastic. So we're just gonna keep on doing this. Note that, let's say for example, I have this orb right here. I don't know if this one's a real one or not, but if I walk towards it and I attack, it looks like it was an orb. And so that's another way to kill them. You don't need to shine light on them. It just makes it easier. Now we have 1 more orb. We'll try to the left here. It looks like, great, so we found one. We attack it. And instead of dropping a gem, this one drops this nice little helmet with a poetic line at the bottom there. When you pick this helmet up, you'll notice right now I have this gray little thing on the top of my character. But if you pick it up, now you have this new helmet. But it's not just this new cute little helmet. At the top, if you look, it increases your light range by 2, meaning if you turn on a light, previously it would make a 3x3 square. Now it makes a 5 by 5 square. It might be hard to notice, but it definitely does increase the range. Trust me, I checked. Also, something interesting we'll notice in the next level is when you turn on a light now, and it reveals an orb, your hat will actually go ahead and kill that orb for you. So it makes the job a lot easier. It makes this one of the more powerful items in the game. And it's also one of the rarest items to collect. So we got pretty lucky with that one, I think. We'll go ahead and turn on some lights, see if we can find any orbs. Looks like we need to kill all the orbs to get to the next level. Now at the bottom there it said the helm shoots fire at the orb. So in case you didn't notice, you can try it again so we can see if any of these 2 red dots are actual orbs. So you press L, the helm shoots flame at the orb. So it looks like only one of them ended up being an orb, but as you can see, it kind of reveals and does the work for us. Now, this might seem like a overpowered item, but keep in mind that it's pretty rare, and so we got pretty lucky when we picked it up. Lastly, we can just try to collect the rest of the gems. One more thing to note is if you walk over, so there it said, ouch, you hit an orb, and you notice my hearts went down. So if you walk over an orb, or it attacks you, you'll lose health. So it doesn't look like any of these are, it doesn't look like any of these are orbs. We'll keep on checking. Okay, what about this one? Nope, nothing there. So now we're like, okay, what about this last one? All right, it seems to be an orb. And now we have 8 gems. So now we have 9 gems. So we want to find the one last orb to collect our 10 gems. Let's hope this one is an orb. And thankfully it is. So now we notice we have 9 gems. When we collect this last gem, it allows us to win the game. And that's pretty much the end of it. There's a few items in there that we didn't get to see, unfortunately. But at the end of the day, it's random, it's fun. You know, it is what it is. And that's our project. Thank you for listening.